Yes, my people, we are you, man, telling me. Uh, so we're just gonna wrap it up with gold very quickly. This is the last trade for August, and the last recap for August. And gold actually moved nicer than my NQ trade for in terms of trade of the week. However, I just like the way NQ moved for my trade yesterday. So, anyways, for this, let me go to my 1 hour chart. So my 1 hour chart, price is clearly bullish again. It really depends on how you see and market charts, but someone could say that's the MSB 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where we tapped into this unmitigated move origin potentially, and obviously hoping that price goes back up. Someone else might also say that no, you know what, I think we're bearish from this zone here, where that's the MSB, this is the 1, this is the 2, that's the 3, price sweeps, 4, 5, hoping that price taps into this unmitigated move origin and start making its way back down. And this is why we have the SMAs put in place to help us skip the noise and avoid the chaos. We let the SMAs be the green light to how we see the charts in terms of our bias. So I already can see that price is bullish based off our SMAs. And I'm gonna just focus on my most recent zone again. This is my 1 hour chart, so there's no need for me to try and wait for price to, for instance, sweep here. So I can say that this is my 1, this is my 2, this is the 3, 4, 5. This is gonna take way too long. So I'm just gonna be focused on my most recent zone. And again, this is a swing high because this kind of hiding one to the left and one to the right, but we don't close below it first. This is a swing high because this kind of hiding one to the left and one to the right, but we don't close below it first. This candle's higher than the one to the left and the one to the right, but we clearly close below it first before taking out the high. So this is the zone I will be looking at. So it will be just like this. And I can also, yeah, so I can also draw a new zone like this as well. But because this zone has not been tapped in or filled in, there's always a chance that price might potentially get back in. So right now, this is my 1, this is my 2, this is my 3, 4, 5. And yeah, so I can see that price is bullish. Potentially might want to sweep. It looks like what we are in the expansion leg, because remember, a higher time frame swing leg is a lower time frame trend. Yeah, a higher time frame swing leg is a lower time frame trend. So the minute we go down to a 5 minute, we can see that price is clearly in an uptrend. Go down to a 1 minute, we can see that price is clearly in an uptrend, because all we've been doing is making higher highs and higher lows. You can see how we're respecting the SMAs as well. Sorry for the background noise today, man. So yeah, so when we go to our 5 minute chart, I can see that price is bullish, and this is my most recent zone. This is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could draw up my 618 from this high to this low. Clearly tapped it. We can see how price plays out. I can always go down to my 1 minute chart, see where we are moving price. We are currently below the SMA. Just wait. We tapped the move origin. We've now gotten above our SMA. And okay, perfect. So we even have another SPS within that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys can see that for yourself. If I draw up my fib from this high to this low, we don't quite tap the 618. However, we do tap the 50%. So I know that price is at a discount. It is cheap enough for me to look for a potential long right there. And we respected the 200 SMA. No RSI divergence, but you let price play out. We can see how now we've taken out our previous higher high. And can you see how easy that was in terms of what we are looking for? Yeah, so can you see how easy that was? So now this is my new MSB. If I just go back to my 5 minute time frame, so you guys can't tell me, oh, but there's no entry on the what's it called, the 5 minute. So again, if you're gonna be looking at entries, then what is this right here? That's an IB. So you could have got in from that IB. You can't tell me that there's no entry confirmations because there clearly is. People just don't pay enough attention. We've tapped into this unmitigated move origin, and you see how we've reacted very, very nicely. If you didn't like the 5 minute and you wanted a bit more confirmation, what could you have done? You could have gone down to your lower time frame. We can see that price was making lower lows and lower highs. And then what's happened? Price flip, pulled back, and then it made a higher high. So, what more do you guys want? And let's say you don't trust the first flip, then you're just gonna have to wait for this internal one here for price to come back, which is pretty much the SNDR. Or now we've already taken out a previous high, and now you just look for price to pull back again, tap into something, and then push higher. So in this case here, you could potentially, probably not the best one, but you could potentially say that this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, where this is SBS model 1. Again, not the best situation here, but you can either use this area here, or potentially you could even use this area here. It really depends, up to you, because we have tapped into the SNDR very, very slightly, but we also understand that because we haven't tapped into it properly, there's now a bigger SBS. So this is my 1, this is my 2, this is my 3, 4, 5. Right now we might be facilitating a bigger SBS. We let price play out. Price takes out the high. So can you see how, like, the SBS is there? It's just knowing when to take it and knowing when to not. Remember, the SMAs are bullish, so why would this not be a good trade to take? We've now taken out a previous higher high, and then when we let price play out, we now dump. But now you can almost say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're now facilitating a bigger time from SBS. We go to our 5-minute chart. It doesn't look that clear, but it's this one here. Oopsie, it's this one here. Let me just delete these tiny ones here. So yeah, so this is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 3. We've clearly swept for 5. If I get out my fib from this high to this low, we don't quite tap the 618, which is very cool. We have an area of supply and demand. We tap the 618 ever so slightly. You see that for yourself, guys? I don't make the rules. You see that for yourself? We tapped the 618 very slightly. We tapped into this wick fractal, which we know is an area of supply and demand. We go down to a lower time frame, and then you can see how it's pretty much an unmitigated move origin from this SNDR zone. So this is like a SNDR SVS 1, 2, 3, swept 4, 5. We are below the SMA, so potentially you wouldn't take this based off your 1-minute time frame. However, we have now flipped on that 1-minute time frame. We let price play out, but price doesn't come back. But on the 5-minute, it's a lovely setup where what happened? We've taken out this high. Price is bullish, guys. Like, I can't stress this enough. Look, price comes back. Are we gonna tap back in? No, price discontinues higher. And obviously now we're like in Asia, where price doesn't move as swift. But even so here, what do we have here? Where this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5. We're still above our SMAs. We're just gonna have to use the imbalance for now. We tapped into this imbalance, but we could also say that this is SBS model 1. We could also say that's SBS model 1. Tapped into that SBS model 1. We let price play out. Price fails to bounce from that area here. Is it the end of the world? Absolutely not. But now, look, we get below the SMA. So now I know I can't look for a bullish trade. I need for price to get back above, this area here, and then I can start looking for long. So, and obviously that's the current market right now. But, oops, okay, perfect. So, even so, look what's happened now. We've tapped into this area here, which is the unmitigated move origin. And you can see for yourself, price shoots back up. So even here, we had a low, high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher, higher low, higher high. What does that indicate to you? We had a flip. Go to my 1 minute chart. Where is it? Yep. So when I go to my 1 minute chart, we can see that price is below the SMA. So already we know we can't take this from that. But again, look, we took out this low, we took out this high, and then we actually had a confirmed high there, but we are still below the SMA. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4, 5. I wouldn't have taken that because you're below the SMAs. However, you guys can see for yourself. Let me just, sorry, I'm moving like Dave with the drones and that. My bad. But what have we done here now? We've closed above this high. You probably can't see SBS within here, but there is SBS probably in a lower time frame. We don't quite tap the 618, but we do tap at least a 50%. What did we end up doing? We ended up tapping into this area of supply and demand. We also, you could say that we tapped into this imbalance. We are above our SMAs now, and you guys can see for yourself, price shoots up. You're not happy with that? Not a problem. This is not valid, so I couldn't pick that. This is not valid, but these are areas of supply and demand. So if you know how to trade this, you could take it here as an area of supply and demand. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's to trade higher. What are we doing? We're above our SMAs. See that? Price closes above this high, and we pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see that? Price continues higher. So you can't tell me you can't catch trades. There are trades everywhere. And look, there are trades everywhere. Even here. Look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're above the SMAs. You missed that one? Not a problem. We got the new zone here. But this is probably SBS model 1. Where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, not ideal, but you know, it works out. You know, took out that high, took out this high. Again, another SBS. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we go higher. And then look, price takes out, my bad. And then price takes out this high. And then we have SBS, but the SBS here fails. But can you see how, look how many continuation trades you could have taken before price wanted to, you know, get below. And even so, this is my protected low. Price has technically not even, I mean, yeah, we have, but you know, you could say now that's just a liquidity grab, fake flip, and price has made its way back up. But because you are below the SMAs, you wouldn't have taken part in this. But now look, we're above this high. We're above this high. So now even here, SBS model 1, where potentially this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see for yourself, we close above this high. We have another SBS. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys, SBS works everywhere. I don't want to hear it anymore, guys. This is the only setup you need. And you have to remember, we started here. We started from the bottom. And then we were here. I think I used yesterday's market recap by accident. My bad anyways. But yeah, so you guys can see for yourself how just trading a continuation, you get better trades. Follow the SMA. Let the SMA guide you. You know, use your lower time for your higher time frame for narrative. Remember the 1 hour chart, as I said, price is bullish. You just want to be following what your higher time frame is doing. There was no indication that price was in a pullback phase. Price is bullish. All-time high is right there, you know. And even so now, look, what can I potentially now expect? Expanded reversal, where the gap between the 20 and the 200 is very large. So I can expect for price to come back, tap into this, fill this here potentially a little bit, and then start making its way back up. But how would I know when to use that expanded reversal? We need a failure, you know. So there are setups based on, you know, different what's it called, market environments. But yeah, I don't wanna blab on too much because I already have. But as I always say, victory belongs to the most tenacious. And wherever you're in the world, I'm wishing you guys a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. And I'll see you lots on Tuesday. Peace and ciao.